Hey, good people. You ever wonder what the odds really are when it comes to sports betting? Or do you ever, or are you a beginner and want to know maybe if you can make a living off of sports betting? Well, let's get into this video about sports betting one-on-one. This is your boy, the Sports Dr. Spock. Here we go.
What's up, you beautiful bastards? I've got to tell you, sports betting is
Goddamn, my rude AI co-host here called you beautiful bastards. I apologize to my computerized friend
a wild ride that's taken over the internet lately. Whether you're a seasoned bettor or just curious about dipping your toes in, today we're breaking down everything you need to know about sports betting. So, let's just jump into it and get you up to speed on this crazy world of sports gambling. Alright, let's start with the basics. Sports betting is pretty much what it sounds like. You're putting money on the outcome of a sporting event. But it's not just about picking winners and losers. Oh no, it's way more complicated than that. You've got different types of bets, odds that change faster than my opinion on pineapple on pizza, and a whole bunch of factors that can influence the outcome. Now, before you start thinking about quitting your day job to become a professional gambler, let me be clear. Sports betting is risky, like really risky. It's designed to make money for the bookmakers, not you. But that doesn't mean you can't have fun with it or even make some cash if you're smart about it. The key is understanding what you're getting into. Let's talk odds, because they're the backbone of sports betting. Odds tell you how likely an event is to happen and how much money you could win. In the US, you'll mostly see American odds, which look like plus 150 or minus 200. If there's a plus sign, that's how much you'd win on a $100 bet. If there's a minus sign, that's how much you need to bet to win $100. I know it's a lot and it's complicated, but here's the thing. Understanding odds is crucial. They're not just random numbers bookies pull out of thin air. They're calculated based on a ton of factors like team performance, injuries, even the weather. And they can change right up until the game starts. So if you're serious about betting, you need to get comfortable with reading and interpreting odds. Now, let's break down some of the most common types of bets. First up, we've got the money line. This is the simplest bet. You're just picking who's gonna win. Easy, right? Well, not so fast. The odds on a money line bet can vary wildly depending on who's favored to win. Then we've got point spreads. This is where it gets a little trickier. The spread is a number set by odds makers that basically evens the playing field between two teams. Lastly, we've got over-under bets, also known as totals. This is where you're betting on whether the total score of the game will be over or under a certain number. It doesn't
In case like a point spread, it's made to even the things out. So like, if you know that the Lakers are pretty much going to be, say, the Charlotte Hornets. They make it a spread to where the Lakers will have to beat, this is for brand new people, will have to beat them by a certain amount of points. Like say the spread is 9.5 and the Lakers only win by 7. If you put your money on the Hornets, you actually won that bet with the spread.
It doesn't matter who wins, just how many points are scored total. These bets can be a lot of fun, especially if you're watching a game and don't really care who wins. All right, now let's talk about the bet that can make you rich or break your heart, the parlay. A parlay is when you combine multiple bets into one. If all your bets win, you win big. If even one loses, you lose it all. It's high risk, high reward. It's how a lot of those I turned $10 into $10,000 stories happen. But let me tell you, those stories are rare for a reason. The thing about parlays is that they're really hard to win. Like, really hard. Each bet you add decreases your chances of winning the whole thing.
I've seen that happen a lot. I think around my circle, parlaying is the most popular way to bet because, like you said, You could turn $5 into $5,000 or $50 into $500,000. It was somebody in the town where I'm from that had a $50 bet was a field goal away from $1,000,000 and they didn't get it. So they were this close to being a millionaire and ended up with nothing, just out of $50.
Now, I'm not here to tell you how to bet, that's your call. But if you're
No
gonna
doubt.
do it, you might as well be smart about it. First off, do your research. Know the teams, know the players, know the stats. Information is power in sports betting. Second, manage your bankroll. Set a budget for how much you're willing to lose and stick to it. Never bet more than you can afford to lose. And don't chase your losses. If you're on a losing streak, it's tempting to try to win it all back with one big bet. Don't do it. That's how people get into serious trouble. Always bet responsibly and within your means.
As someone who's worked at a casino, I've seen this a million times. I've seen people in a casino for 12 hours like they're not leaving until they break even and then end up losing it all.
Let's get real for a second. Sports betting can be dangerous if you're not careful. It's designed to be addictive, and it can ruin lives if it gets out of control. One of the biggest risks is thinking you've got it all figured out. You might win a few bets and start thinking you're a genius. But remember, even the best professional bettors only win about 55% of their bets. Another big risk is not understanding the odds. Remember those parlays we talked about? A lot of people don't realize just how unlikely they are to win. And then there's the risk of letting emotions cloud your judgment. Betting on your favorite team might feel good, but it's not always the smart move. Always bet with your head, not your heart. If you're
Essential tips for beginners coming up right now. Now, this is for people who've never really betted, but they see their friends are into sports betting, and they're just curious about it. Can this be a way for them to make extra money? Let's see.
If you're just starting out, here are some tips to keep in mind. First, start small. Don't jump in with big bets right away. Learn the ropes with small stakes first. Second, focus on what you know. If you're a huge basketball fan, start with basketball bets. Don't suddenly start betting on cricket just because the odds look good. Third, and this is crucial, set limits for yourself. Decide how much you're willing to lose before you start betting and stick to it. And finally, don't forget to have fun. If it's not enjoyable anymore, it's time to step away. Remember, betting should be entertainment, not a way to make money.
That part.
Online betting has exploded in popularity, and it's easy to see why. It's convenient. There are tons of options, and you can often get better odds than at physical sportsbooks. But it also comes with its own set of risks. It's easier to lose track of how much you're spending when you're just clicking buttons on a screen. Another thing to watch out for with online betting is the security of the site you're using. Make sure you're using a reputable, licensed betting site. And remember, just because it's online doesn't mean it's legal everywhere. Finally, let's talk legality. Sports betting laws vary wildly depending on where you are. In some places, it's totally legal and regulated. In others, it's a gray area. And in some, it's flat out illegal. Even in places where it's legal, there are often restrictions. Some states only allow betting at physical sports books, while others allow online betting. It's a complex landscape and it's always changing. Sports betting can be fun, exciting, and potentially profitable if you're smart about it, but it's also risky and can be addictive. If you decide to give it a shot, be responsible, do your research, and never bet more than you can afford to lose. Of course, as always, I want to know what you think. Have you tried sports betting? What's been your experience? Let me know in those comments down below. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Give that like button a little love, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button.
Outstanding. And yeah, casino and sports betting, you guys remember these places. Please gamble responsibly, because these places were pretty much built on people thinking that they're going to become rich from betting. Las Vegas is a very big and beautiful place. Atlantic City, all that is from betting. They're meant to make the book or the casino rich, not necessarily you. So gamble responsibly and be very careful out here while you gambling. But those are just sports betting 101 things to keep in mind. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you guys learned something from this video. This is your boy, the Sports Dr. Spock, Mickey Coleman. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video or this page. And I am gone. Have a good day, y'all.